Hello guys, today I'm going to demo you my ultimate CNC table for my OneFinity. Okay, for this demo, I moved my CNC table on place where we parked our cars. So let's first lock this before we start. Caster. Okay, so this is my controller. I built it myself to design it, 3D printed. This is the probe. It's not the one app. It's from CNC. I prepared that. Then there's you can connect it. You can disconnect it if you want to store it. And there's a USB which is also connected to Raspberry in the back. Raspberry. The CNC controller here, accessible. The front panel you can still power on. I 3D print this locking mechanism. So if you ask question, this table fold? Yeah, it folds. So because this is a very heavy machine, when you fold it, you want this X gantry in the center, as the center weight. So you have an easy way to pivot the table. Else, I tried before, I forgot. I didn't have this. I pulled the machine. Since this is heavy, it slides by itself, and it's freaking impossible to put it back. So the way the way I was able to get away with that is to unfold it again. Is I turn it on, use the motor to help me put it back to the top, and then was able to turn it around again. So that's why I 3D printed this. So this is almost like storage mode. There are two. It's rigid enough. So we basically just pull this out. Actually, let's do it now. Let's power on this. So just add the power. And the two outlet is for, one is for external devices which we can control. I use light for that, and the other one's for vacuum. So for automatic vacuum turn on. So let's turn on, and then let me take out this screw. We just basically just slide it out, keep it there, so we know where to go back once we do the same on the other side. Okay. Tighten it. Then it's unlocked now. It's just gonna stay there. I printed green, very clear indicator for the locking mechanism, so I don't forget before I run. Make sure I check that. Let's take the controller. And my tiny display. Wait for the boot up. There you go. That's home in. Works. So I designed this. You can still dismantle the whole table. You can even remove the X gantry easily. And let's say I want to transport this, which I will likely never get it to. So I can disconnect the spindle, disconnect this two more stepper motor. So this whole assembly is still one. So you can just take it out. In fact, when I was trying to work on my table, because I recently changed this. Before I was using this extrusion, sorry. This is a 20 by 60 millimeter. It's Boeing. That's my first version. This one is, I found out when I built the table, this one is super rigid. So I decided, you know what, I can use that too as a bracket. So I use it as a bracket here. I'll show to you how rigid it is. Let's see if I can put this. Unfortunately, the MDF I have right now is I need to replace this because since I replaced the bracket, it doesn't match anymore. Plus, I think I surfaced this MDF where it was bowing, so I end up surfacing too deep because the surface the frame is not flat. So what happens? The MDF was affected too. So I really need a new MDF. So here, look, it can even hold my weight. It doesn't tip over. I'm 150 pounds. I'm only just sitting on one 40 by 40 extrusion, and I have 5 of this. Let's put it in here. So yeah, so there's a lot of flexibility on this table. If you notice, there's also like here. The idea is once I have a MDF table, a new MDF, remove the bolts. This is how easy to replace the MDF. So basically, remove the bolts, slide it until I hit the second extrusions, and from here I have a clamping bar. What's this for? So I can do vertical cuts. So here, and then we can do a vertical cut. So for now, I'm just gonna put it back. I'm not gonna demo it today. Maybe in future I have a new project that I need to create cabinets. So for now, I'm just gonna keep it there. And then also just want to show how flexible this table is. I mean, when I say flexible, there's like a lot of configuration that you can do. So let's say, okay, let's remove this all the way. This MDF. I already have the insert on here. I need to take it back. For example, I want milling aluminum. Morley aluminum. So I can also use this. I can convert my table to all aluminum extrusion. I have one more, but I actually still need one extra to complete this all aluminum. So I'm missing one, and to mount this I need to probably drill a hole, put some mounting, but for now I don't have plan of using all aluminum. But the purpose of aluminum, let's say I want mill some other aluminum and I want some coolant, I can use water or liquid, which on the wood it's bad for the MDF. Okay, what else I can show you on the table? So, like I said, everything can still be disconnected. Everything can still be disassembled. This is mounted with only 2 bolts right now, which I found is really more than enough. There's nothing on the other side. Just 2. Each foot has 2 screws. Because that's only the one that match on the extrusions. Here, if I really wanted 4 bolts, I probably just need to drill an M5 and tap it. And then how this table is secured, I have like initially I have only about M5 screws. It works, but very very nervous every time I move my table. So now, look at the bolt I'm using. It's I have 6 of this. One here, one, two, 3 in this side, 3 in that side. Let's see. Let me show you how this table. This I call this a CNC mode. There are 3 modes for this table, possibly. CNC mode, a storage mode, and a table mode. I'm not gonna do the table mode because to do that I need to remove this bracket so I can completely rotate the table. And also if I'm rotating table, I make sure I disconnect this because it's gonna be hot in here. So we don't want to do that. So basically, that's the reason I designed this is still able to disconnect the whole table if I want to remove it. In fact, you can remove this table base, remove these 6 screws, and you have a base similar to the OneFinity QCW. I don't know if I forget the name of the name. And then you can mount it anywhere too, but it's you just need to create some mounting system. It's very rigid too. In fact, the reason I built this because it's not there yet. Their product for the table it's not there yet, so they're more likely I just bought the table if it's available. But I'm glad I did my own because I think I should still prepare this because this one I can move, unfold it, so I don't need to keep folding and unfolding my CNC. And I can move this board on different mode. For now, okay, let's align the. I might need to create a clamping for wire here. Okay, really good. Let's clamp. Make sure we clamp this first. I did test this, even one will work, but just for the backup, I want to secure it too because this is the heaviest part of the CNC, the X gantry. So now we have that in place. We're gonna remove the 4 bolts. And I have accidentally hit the, oh crap, so it shut off, but I'm gonna turn it off anyway. It's better than that. We turn off the power before we unfold the CNC. So we have 3, and on the last one, make sure we just add additional weight on the side, and then lift this. Stopper there, it will stop automatically so it won't rotate completely. I added some aluminum. And then secure it one bolt here. That's it, let's fold it. Let's disconnect this wire. Okay, now let's unlock the caster. Only did 2, and then we can move our my machine. Can put it back on. It's hard to push my table with holding one phone on my other hand, but you can see I can still manage to do it. Oh, there we go. Lock it. And there we go. Only eat little space on my garage. It's my garage. So I have a where I cut some of the sheets, plywood sheets in there, because not everything can fit in the 32 inches unless you have a 48 inches. But sometimes it's easier to just cut on the saw than to CNC. Also notice I only have one drag chain. Getting old, can't remember. And the mounting, if you ask what's the mounting I use, custom design by myself, 3D printed it. So, and two aluminum L quarter-inch aluminum for the railings. What else I can show you? So there you go. My ultimate compact table, but very flexible. Like minimalistic, but very flexible table.